This is why people get financially stuck. We all want to become wealthy and have a happy and a good life. We all want to progress towards our big dreams and have that satisfaction of growth and accomplishment. However, there are many times that people get stuck, where there are a lot of things getting done, but in terms of results, you're going nowhere. You can see this when people have been working for several years, but their savings and investments aren't growing. Or when you've started a business and the income is okay, but it never reaches great. It just stays at okay. These are signs that you have hit a plateau and you are financially stuck. This can be a very frustrating and stressful place to be in, especially for long periods of time, because you now start to doubt yourself, your confidence wanes, and it feels like everything is going downhill from there. That's why in this episode, we're going to talk about the 3 reasons why people get financially stuck and what you can do to get unstuck and reach your breakthrough instead. We begin with reason number 1, and that is skipping stages. What does this mean? To explain this, all we have to do is look back on math classes. So, the first math lesson we all learned was counting from 1 through 10. Then we moved on to bigger numbers. From there, we learned how to add, then subtract. Then the next stage was multiplication and division. Then you have exponents, and then later on, you added trigonometry and calculus and more nosebleed subjects. Now, it would be impossible to learn multiplication and division if you didn't know how to add or subtract. And it would be impossible to learn addition and subtraction if you didn't know how to count. Well, wealth works the same way. You've got to learn the foundational stages first before you're able to move on to the higher stages of wealth. For example, starting a business and investing are higher level stages, while being able to earn an income is a basic stage. Knowing how to budget and avoid debts, that's another basic stage. And so, investing or starting a business successfully becomes harder and harder to do if you don't know how to do the earlier stages first of earning money, budgeting, and saving. Now, we have a program called Winning the Game of Wealth that teaches Filipinos how to master the 7 stages towards financial freedom and abundance. And it's going to teach you the stage you're on and what exactly you need to learn and get better at to level up to the next stage. So if you haven't enrolled in that one yet, make sure you do, because you might be focusing on the wrong stage and that's why you're financially stuck. Now, let's go to the next reason why people get financially stuck. That is, they focus on the results instead of focusing on skills development. A great example we are all familiar here with is with selling. Everyone, when they are learning how to sell the first time, sucks. So they try to sell and they get rejected. And then they focus on the result, which is the big no. Then they try again, but the result is the same. It's still a no. And they keep focusing and focusing on the result, which is the no. And they now begin to doubt themselves, saying, hey, I suck at sales. And then they quit. All because they are focusing on the result. But the salesperson that eventually becomes good and great doesn't think about the results. They focus on skills development. They ask questions like, okay, how can I find more prospects? How can I find more people to sell to? How can I communicate my product to my prospects better? How can I answer their objections in their mind? How can I handle rejection much better and not take it personally? They ask these questions and find the answers. Now, this is not just limited to sales, but another example we could have here could be with trading in stocks, wherein the opposite could happen. An investor could have made a gamble on a stock, and the price went up by 30% in just 1 week. And so the investor is focusing on the amazing result. And now this investor thinks he's got it all figured out, never actually thinking about the process that went into that stock pick or the other factors that made it happen. As a result, he finds it hard to duplicate and repeat the result. He continues gambling on the stock market and he thinks it would go up, but it never happens again, so he loses his hard-earned money. Why? Because the focus again was on the result and not on the skill development itself. Now, the cool thing is, when you focus on skills development first, the results will naturally follow. Now, let's go to the last reason why people get financially stuck. Number 3, they risk the trial and error approach versus following a proven process. Doing new things for the first time is scary, but at the same time, there's also excitement. So many people love that feeling of figuring things out for themselves. Whether that's starting an online business and you're tinkering with websites, or it's a new investment and you just can't get enough information, so you just keep reading and studying everything you can get. Or maybe you're trying to create a budget for yourself and your starting family, and it's like a puzzle that you're trying to solve, and there is an immense satisfaction for figuring things out for yourself. But sometimes this same attitude can hold people back, especially when they refuse to look and seek out help. This is a case when personal pride gets in the way of actual progress. The truth about money and many investments is that people have figured it out. Want to get out of debt? There's a best way to do that. Want to invest? There are also best practices for doing those. Starting a business? There are several proven approaches on how you can start your business. Planning for retirement? It's the same thing. Now, it takes humility to admit that, okay, I'm not the first person to desire this specific goal, nor am I the first person to come through this specific challenge. For every financial challenge and goal, there's already someone in the world who has figured it out. And the job now becomes to find people like them and to follow their proven processes instead of trying to do trial and error. So, if you feel that you're financially stuck, ask yourself first, are you following a proven process? If not, then that becomes the priority. With that said, let's now do a quick recap. Why do people get financially stuck? Reason number 1, skipping the foundational stages. Reason number 2, they focus on the results. Reason number 3, sticking with trial and error. And if you want a financial breakthrough, here's what to do instead. Number 1, identify the foundational stages to your goal and focus on that. Number 2, focus on developing the skills. And last, number 3, follow a proven process. And that's it for our episode on why people get financially stuck and what to do instead so you can get your financial breakthrough. Hey there, J3 here, and I hope you found value in this episode, even if it challenged you or made you uncomfortable in your current way of thinking about money. So, congratulations for watching until the end, and I hope it helped you grow financially. Now, if you're wondering about the how, or if you're looking for a step-by-step plan to follow so you can get out of debt, increase your income, and grow your investments, then I'd like you to get our Winning the Game of Wealth online course. Any hardworking Filipino can get out of debt, increase their income, and grow their investments by following the Winning the Game of Wealth online course because it gives you proven and step-by-step financial education without conflict of interest. You can check out the details by going to pinoymoneyacademy.com/winthegame and see how our training can help you. Again, the link is pinoymoneyacademy.com/winthegame, and I'll see you there.